This is TechCrunch.
Mark Zuckerberg's begun his quest to kill the smartphone. I'm Imran Sheikh, and your Friday Daily Crunch featuring 3 big tech headlines and some startup business news starts right now. Well, looks like Uber is going to start testing using drones for Uber Eats deliveries in some U.S. markets by the end of this year, part of a new partnership with Israeli startup Flytrex. The partnership will also include a small investment in Flytrex, though Uber told Bloomberg News the investment amount was not material. Now, the deal comes at a time when Uber's been re-engaging with some technologies that it used to develop in-house. Uber has been partnering with autonomous vehicle companies like Waymo to offer self-driving rides in cities like Atlanta, and it's aiming to bring electric air taxis to its service in the next few years. Uber trialed using drones for some of its food deliveries all the way back in the halcyon days of 2019, but the company never stuck with the idea due to regulatory limits on drones, and later sold its so-called Elevate aviation division to the air taxi company Joby. Well, now the regulatory environment around new types of aircraft is loosening up, and companies like Zipline are trying to make aerial delivery a part of everyday life. Flytrex also works with Uber Eats competitor DoorDash, and the startup says it has made over 200,000 deliveries across the U.S. Google announced on Thursday that it's making it possible to now share your Gemini gems, which, if you've been living under a non-AI-generated rock, is custom AI assistants and experts designed for specific tasks. Duh. The feature launched last year, initially as part of the Gemini Advanced paid subscription, allowing users to write instructions to create an AI chatbot for different scenarios. For example, Google launched with pre-made gems like a learning coach, a brainstorming assistant, a career guide, a writing editor, and, of course, coding partner. Now, Google says you'll be able to share your gems with friends, family, or coworkers as easily as you can share a file from Google Drive. And we all know how easy that is. Now, this would make gems more accessible to more people, as not everyone uses the advanced customization feature. It could also help prevent people from building the same gems as others. For instance, if multiple coworkers were using a similar type of custom Gemini assistant, they could just share the same resource instead of each making their own version that could have slight inconsistencies between them. Google suggests gem sharing could also be useful for people working on family vacation plans and guides, meal planners, or just collaborative writing projects. To share a gem, you'll open the Gem Manager on the web app and click the Share icon next to any gem you've created. Also similar to Google Drive, you can control who can view and use your gems and who's allowed to edit them. After first rolling out to Gemini Advanced, Gemini Business, and Gemini Enterprise subscribers in over 150 countries, Google announced in March that gems were now available to everyone and could support file uploads. If you just can't resist the urge to check your phone over and over and over and over, even if you're out with friends, well, boy, Meta has a solution for you. Check your glasses instead. The promise of glasses is to preserve this sense of presence that you have with other people, said CEO of Meta, the Zuck, at the Meta Connect 2025 keynote. I think that we've lost it a little bit with phones, and we have the opportunity to get it back with glasses. Well, in reality, Meta wants its own hardware to eat into the market share of Apple and Google so that it doesn't have to keep siphoning profits to them via app stores. But nevertheless, this is the angle Meta is taking to sell its most sophisticated smart glasses yet, the Meta Ray-Ban display, which the company hopes could one day eclipse the market share of smartphones. Meta's Reality Labs division burns cash at an alarming rate, which has concerned investors over the years. But Wednesday's event finally showed us a glimpse of what the division's $70 billion in losses since 2020 have gone toward. Like Meta's existing smart glasses, which have sold millions of pairs, the new model has cameras, speakers, microphones, and an onboard, of course, AI assistant. The display on the glasses, which is offset so as not to obstruct one's sightline, can display Meta apps like Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook, as well as directions and live live translations. What most sets the Meta Ray-Ban display apart, though, is the Meta Neural Band, a wristband that uses surface electromyography to pick up on signals sent between your brain and your hand when performing a gesture. So, will the smartphone become an obsolete relic like a Nokia with a T9 keyboard? Well, that depends on whether there's truth to the Zuck's narrative that these glasses will help us feel more present. Either way, Meta and its competitors are betting big on the cultural shift from smartphones to smart glasses, and the Ray-Ban display will give consumers their first taste of this possible future. Now to the latest in startup business news, all in about 1 minute with our friend producer Dennis.
Imran, thank you. And a new social network has been quietly blowing up with Gen Z and younger, and it's not from Meta. San Francisco-based AirBuds offers a mobile social app that lets people express themselves through their music. Users can share what they're streaming with friends through a smartphone widget that works with a range of streaming services. On Wednesday, AirBuds announced its raise of $5 million in funding from early-stage venture capital firm 776. The startup has seen over 15 million app downloads up to this point and has 5 million monthly active users, 1.5 million of whom launch the app daily. AirBuds also has a 96% positive rating sentiment over the last 30 days across 9,400 plus ratings. Up next, CodeRabbit, an AI-powered code review platform that has been growing 20% a month, and it's now making more than $15 million in annual recurring revenue. On Tuesday, CodeRabbit announced that it had raised a $60 million Series B, valuing the company at $550 million. CodeRabbit is helping companies like Chegg, Groupon, and Mercury, along with over 8,000 other businesses, save time on the famously frustrating task of code review, which has become even more time-consuming with the rise of AI-generated code. And that'll do it for me. Imran, back to you.
And that's your Daily Crunch. Today's stories were reported by Amanda Silberling, Sarah Perez, Sean O'Kane, and more beautiful, lovely TechCrunch journalists. We'll see you here tomorrow, same tech time, same Crunch channel, and until then, find us at TechCrunch.com.